welcome to the channel, Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra, and today we're doing our weekly Tarot Pick-a-Pile series, and this is on what types of careers would you be good at. This is based on your talents, your gifts, your interests, and things like that. There's liable to be quite a few different types of careers that might pop up, either because they're in the same type of category or because you have, more than one facet to you that you'd be good at. Many of us do go through several different careers in our lifetimes. At one point in my life, I was a tax preparer, and I was quite good at it, but that's about as far away from tarot reading as you can get. So many of us, will go through those kinds of stages. And sometimes we often wonder, we're not as liking the career that we're in, or we wonder what would we be good at, or what kind of careers. And then when we hear them, we're like, oh, well, that could be really quite interesting to pursue, or that might be something I'd like to do. So that's basically the point of the reading today. I have done a few other career readings in the past, and I will try to find the links to those and put those in the description in case for some reason this video doesn't resonate with you, or you'd like to check those out as well. Okay? We do have our piles here for you to choose from. We have pile 1 with the Amethyst stone, pile 2 with the Milky Quartz, and pile 3 with the Hematite. And we're going to also be doing our charms and our oracle spheres with today's reading to help us out in figuring out these careers. So we're going to do all those things. Okay? We're going to give you some time to reflect on the piles. It is best to go with the pile that is pulling you in the most, with your gut instinct, the one that, kind of is pulling you in from your navel, basically. So we are going to give you time to reflect on that so you can pick out the best pile, or piles. You can actually watch more than one. Sometimes people feel compelled to do that, and if you do, you should. All right. When you're ready, there are timestamps in the description that will lead you directly to your reading, and we'll see you there. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to what careers would you be best at, or what career would be really good for you. We have the Amethyst stone that you chose here. Now remember, this is going to be based a lot on your personality, your natural gifts and talents, and just maybe even certain past life experiences or wants or things like that. We will be looking at our tarot cards here. We'll also be looking at the career deck with by Doreen Virtue here to get an idea of maybe some specific talents you might have in certain areas. More than one career will probably come up. That is quite possible and likely. A lot of us can be good at many different things based on different aspects of our personality. I will be using my intuition and other things to help guide me towards more specific careers and try not to be too broad. Also, if I say a specific career, a lot of other related careers could also be ones that you might want to do as well. Maybe not the specific one I say, but one that's related to it in the types of facets that it requires, the different personality traits and so forth it requires to be able to do. So that's possible as well for some of you guys. All right, let's just get an idea here. Don't forget, we're also going to be doing our charms to help us out, and then also our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of a yes or no question. So let's look at our tarot cards first, and then we'll pick one or two of these cards as well. All right, let's see what we've got here. We've got material gain, or the 9 of Pentacles. We got material trouble, or the 5 of Pentacles. We got the Ace of Cups, the 3 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, the 3 of Swords, the Temperance card, the 5 of Pentacles again, and the 9 of Wands. Okay, interesting. I've already got some ideas, some things that are coming to my head here. We'll talk about those in just a moment. Let's see what these cards might have to say. Let's pick out one or two of these and find out. This is interesting. That goes along with something I was looking at here. Career change. It says you're embarking upon a career that brings you the joy and abundance you desire and deserve. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's the only card I want to pick for this pile, for this one. This goes along with actually what I was thinking of in the reading here, very much so. I believe you have two different facets to your personality. And I resonate with it very greatly because it kind of flows and follows some in my personality and in my life time as well. In that, one of the things that I think you are very good at, but may not enjoy very much, and this could go the other way around too. So we're going to talk about two different types of careers, and you may be in one of them right now, but it's not one that's really fulfilling you, and then you'd want to switch to the other one. And it can go vice versa here. So I'm just picking one first and then talking about the other. So this is a little bit thinking part on your idea here. But they're both careers you could be very good at. It's just whether or not you would enjoy them or not, or whether or not they're ones that would fulfill you at the moment. Because I get the feeling, the reason why you'd want to watch this reading is that maybe you're not feeling very fulfilled in the career that you're in, and you might want to move on to a different one. And this is saying that you're more than likely on that road, and so this might help you change up to a type of career that would fulfill you, and that you'd be just as good at as the one that you're already in, or already doing, or working towards. Okay, so hopefully that'll make sense to you. So let's talk about the first thing. The first thing is, I believe you would be quite good in finances, anything dealing with finances, accounting, tax preparing, stock market trades, those kinds of careers, things that deal with money on a day-to-day basis, and work with money. Now, one of the reasons why I picked this one first to say it might be the one that you're in and that you're not as fulfilled in is because you do have two Five of Pentacles here. And the Five of Pentacles, to me, shows more despair, more that things aren't going as well, or there may not be some happiness involved in it. And it resonated with me greatly because I used to be in a career like that myself, and I was quite good at it, but I really didn't like it that much, and I really didn't want to do it. I it was just one of those things I was really, really good at, and so I did it. But it wasn't. I wasn't feeling super happy. There was parts of it that I liked, and parts of things that were really cool and were enjoyable to me. But then other things were like, I don't really want to do this. I didn't feel super happy and fulfilled with it, and that was the energy I'm kind of getting here. So for a lot of you, this will be the kind of career that you're already in. You're in something that does deal with money in some way, shape, or form, or finances, or those types of careers. Okay? Now, you guys do like to work hard, and money is a main focus for you in a lot of ways, and that might be one reason why you've stayed in the career that you're in, because it might make you some money, or do okay money wise, and it's a decent way to pull in some money. But you guys also have a huge creative side to you. Okay, it's almost the total opposite of the type of brain and the skills that it takes to work with money and finances and things. It's more of a creative type of energy. Now, you do have the Three of Swords involved with that as well, so this could be the career that you're in now is some sort of creative type of career, and that is not suiting you as well or not doing as well, and maybe you would want to go on to the financial side. But being the threes here is what's pulled me into, especially with the wands, has pulled me into the creative side as well as the Nine of Wands. And these type of careers are ones that require you to be a little bit more self-motivated, require you to probably not have a boss. You would work on your own. They could be writing or communication in some way, shape, or form would be a huge part of that, and so forth. So if that's anything that's ever interested you, working with something creative, especially if it deals with communication type of skills, like I said, writing, putting out, videos like on YouTube or other social media, vlogging, newspaper work possibly, although that's not as creative, but it kind of popped in my mind, so I'm going to throw it out there. Possibly even acting, because that requires some communication as well, or singing, something with your voice, utilizing your voice in some way, could be something that could be quite beneficial to you. So if you're in a career like that, but it's not working out very well for you, or you're not making the money that you'd like to have, or you're not as motivated as you'd like to do to work on it, then maybe the more financial type of career, maybe it wasn't something you'd ever thought about. You thought, well, gee, that seems kind of boring. I don't know if I'd really feel fulfilled doing that. But if you're in a creative career that is not fulfilling you or is not meeting your needs, then working towards something more in the financial field might be something that would benefit you or would be something you like. Like I did tax preparing, and that had some benefits of I was able to help clients out do very well. I was able to give them advice on some things that could help them out on their taxes and get bigger refunds and other things like that. So it wasn't just working with the numbers or analyzing or all those skills. I actually was working with people one-on-one and helping them out, which was a fulfilling part of the job. So there could be some things in there that you didn't realize could fulfill you that you hadn't thought about before. Or, like I said, if you're in the financial side of it, maybe being out on your own a little bit more, maybe being able to be a little bit more creative and not having to stick to certain things, so tightly. Being on your own and not having somebody overseeing you and being your boss might be the way for you to go. It might be something quite fulfilling for you. And if it is the right path for you, it will help you out financially as well. Okay? Whew. All right, so that's something we got going on with the tarot cards. We're going to look at our charms as well. We might get some more ideas going on with the charms or some other things that might help us out. Maybe come up with a few other ideas or careers. But that's really interesting how this one played out for us here. So let's take a look at our charms and see what they can tell us. All right. All right, well, we did get the number one. The number one is a very independent sort. You guys are quite independent. That might be one reason why you might go to the creative side or a career that you are on your own. Now, if you are in the creative and want to move to the other, I would suggest possibly going into business for yourself or becoming the leader of whatever office situation you're in. Like if you work for a tax preparing company, if you don't open one on your own, you go work for another company. Try to move up into leadership and run an office or something else like that, because I think that would benefit you or be something that you would prefer doing or would like doing better that way. But if you're moving the other way around, being out on your own, trying new things, reaching your goals, it's definitely something that the one, you do have the Ace of Cups as well. Ones are new beginnings and new starts. And this says you have a career change coming up. So it's probably just affirming that you guys are kind of ready to make that change and move things over and do so forth. Okay. We have a couple of other things here. We have, after all this time, always, we have the flowered heart here. We also have the shooting star, and we've got the cloudy rainbow. Some of those things to me are indicating spirituality related types of careers. We have the moon and the star here as well. I believe you guys probably have high intuition levels. It's possible you could be good astrologers or tarot readers or numerologists, or numerology would be interesting considering, the interest you had in finances and numbers and so forth. So that's another side of your aspect that would go along, that would merge the creativity with the analytical, because doing astrology and numerology and tarot reading and all that has a creative side to it, has an intuition side that you have to pull into, but it also has an analytical side. You have to be able to analyze what you're seeing and what you're working with, and you guys have both of those energies going on there. So that might be some types of careers that might be of interest to you as well. Since you are watching a tarot reading, that might be a type of group of careers that might be of interest to you to check out. One of the things you might look into to help you along with this is look at your astrological chart and find out if you have any strong placements in the 8th or the 12th houses, or in Scorpio or Pisces, or even Cancer for that matter. If you if you have some strong placements in those areas, or if you have some planets in those houses or whatever, that might indicate that as well to you. So that might be something for you to look into and get an idea of. That's kind of a fascinating little road to look down. We have the lost and found here. I find that very intriguing, in that I feel like you guys are kind of lost right now career-wise. You're kind of feeling kind of lost adrift, not sure where you're going, and then you're finding your way. So that was, yeah, I find that kind of cool. We do have the Scorpion here, representative of Scorpio. That is the 8th house in astrology. That does deal with those types of careers that we were talking about, as far as astrology and numerology and tarot reading and mediumship and all of those types of careers that would indicate that. Another thing that Scorpios, or people that have strong placements in Scorpio or the 8th house of their chart, quite often are really good researchers. They're really good at digging out the truth. They're really good at finding answers and hidden agendas to things. So being, private investigator, or a researcher for like title searching for houses, or other things like that, might be something that might be of interest to you, at least on the fringe. There, it's something for you to think about anyway, that we have out there. Okay. We have the good night, the good night, the good night. We have the hope. We have the sheep. Those to me, not necessarily the ribbon hope, but the good night and the sheep. You think about going to sleep at night counting sheep, whatever. Working with dream interpretation, or psychological field, might be something of interest to you as well, especially if you have strong placements in the 12th house, because it deals with that type of energy of, and that would deal with your communication skills as well, with the number 3, because you'd have to communicate. It would also help with your analytical skills, and so forth. So those might be some careers that you might consider, if that was ever anything of interest to you, maybe going into some sort of counseling, or working with people like that, dealing with those types of things. Because we also have a Make-A-Wish here, and we have the shooting star over there. So I do think, and the dream star here, I do think a lot of what the career that you might be working towards or working with might be dealing with things that are generally considered dream-like, or living out a dream, fantasizing. You notice how on this Three of Wands, she's looking upon a shooting star. She's dreaming of the future. She's thinking about what to do next. And that is something where I do think that is kind of good advice for you guys. That if you've been dreaming about something, or if it's been something that has been a long lifetime dream, or something kind of in the back of your mind all along, something you would like to pursue, then that might be the best thing for you to get into and do. That's just kind of a little advice kind of thing there. I'm not going to specifically say what you might have been dreaming of or anything else, although I do think the creative energy would be the most likely involved in that. I do like how we have the elephant and the swan, and then we also have an L. The L to me brought to mind the word love. It could, be an initial to you, mean something else to you, whatever. I'm going to let you guys work on that. But we also have the elephant and the swan. And elephants are very family oriented and very tribe oriented, working with the tribe, working with each other. They're very strong, they're gentle, and so forth. Then you have the swan, and I always think of the ugly duckling story, where the ugly duckling ended up being a beautiful swan by the time it grows up. And it's very special, and it's beautiful, and it found itself as part of a family, even though it was unique. And those are the energies that I'm thinking of. So I'm thinking that your family might be very important in this career change, either getting support from them, or working with them, or having them encourage you, or at least you relying on them to let them know, hey, this is what I really want to do with my life. This is where I want to go. I don't want to do what I'm doing anymore. This is how I want to change things up. I think relying on your family could be really cool and useful advice here. So that's just something that, just kind of a bonus part of the reading, I guess. Something to go along with what we've seen so far. All right. It's also interesting how you guys had the amethyst stone as well. The amethyst does deal with those qualities, those, like I said, astrology, dream interpretation, tarot reading, mediumship, all of those type of occult sort of abilities or things are very much an amethyst Piscean sort of energy. So that's interesting that you chose that particular stone as well. Sometimes I think that makes a difference in our thoughts there just a little bit. Okay, just something I thought would come through there for you guys. All right, let's take a look at our oracle spheres. This is where you think of your yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to, and then you pick a stand. We have silver, bronze, purple, and blue. You decide which stand will hold your answer, and we go through and you pick your answers. Number 1, silver is a yes. Number 2, bronze is a not now. Number 3, purple is a not now as well. And number 4, blue is a probable. All right, so we have a yes, a not now, and a probable. So there's your oracle sphere answers for today. Wow, what an interesting reading. I hope you guys found some insight into it. Please remember to give us a thumbs up, share the channel with your friends and family, and leave us comments. All of those things mean so much to us. Also, do check out our other videos. We did do some other career readings. I will put the links to those in the description. But we have lots of other tarot readings on lots of other topics as well that might be of interest to you. So we look forward to seeing you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your career reading on what kind of careers would be good for you to do or that you might enjoy based on your personality and your special abilities and so forth. Several careers could come forth. That is a possibility because we do sometimes like to do more than one thing. It is possible some advice might come through as well. I didn't necessarily think of that, but it did in the first reading. So it is possible to come through. So there might be some advice coming forward for you guys here. You guys are the ones that chose the Milky Quartz. And we'll put that over here. We're going to go ahead and we'll look at our tarot cards. And I'm going to use my intuition to kind of guide me on what type of careers that you might look into. If there are other careers that have the same type of skills needed or abilities or talents, those might be ones for you to look into as well, even if I don't say them. So just to let you guys know that, because sometimes, you know, if you're in one type of career like sales, sales can mean many, many different things, or there could be many branches of that. Or if you're in movie production, let's say, you could be in lighting and sound and directing and acting and all of these other things. So it just depends on how you feel about that or what comes to mind for you as well. Excuse me. Then we'll also look at our career angel cards here and see if there's any other guidance we might look at. We also have our charms that's going to help us out with the reading, and then our oracle spheres where you can think of your yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to. So let's see what we have today. All right, we got victory, or the Four of Wands. We got abundance, or the Three of Cups. We got illusionary success, or the Seven of Cups. We got the Four of Pentacles. We got the Ten of Cups. We got the Ace of Wands. We got the Justice card. Interesting. The King of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Okay, I got one or two things coming to mind here, but it's kind of fuzzy still. So let's see if that solidifies a little bit. And let's take a look at these cards here and pick out one or two of them and see what they might have to say for us today. Children. Your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. That's interesting because actually a little bit of that kind of made sense on that, and I will talk to you about that. It was kind of one of the things I was looking at. And then teaching. You inspire young people to learn. Okay, so definitely we've got some young teaching, working with children, you know, kind of vibes going on here for sure. And that did show up in the tarot readings in that you had the Four of Pentacles. Even though Four of Pentacles sometimes has an energy of being hoardy or selfish or other things like that, the fours are also a foundational type of energy and building a foundation. And you had several other cards that kind of dealt with balancing and working with that kind of energy, that balanced energy a little bit. You had the Justice, which is a balanced energy. You had an Eight of Wands, which to me quite often can mean dealing with youth and so forth, because it is just shooting things out very, very quickly. Children run very fast and move very quickly, those kind of things. We also had the Six of Wands here. I think I said 4 earlier. I meant 6. Why I did that. That often deals with teaching or learning, coming back from that learning journey. We also have the Ten of Cups, which, you know, deals with, you know, the whole family, the whole, you know, dealing with children and those kinds of things. So you had quite a bit of energy that could possibly show teaching would be a really good thing. Dealing with children or young people, or putting out ideas out there, new ideas for people to work with and so forth. But I also get, along with that, so if working with children doesn't really resonate with you, or if, you know, you're teaching and you don't really want to, or other things, there's other things that kind of go along with that kind of, I felt in here, which is social work. Okay. working with your community, helping your community out, helping them improve their finances, like working in like Social Security office or the food stamp or FSSA office or something like that, or working with vocational rehab or other things, helping out your community in that way. I do feel like you guys are very sensitive souls. You're very caring. You love your community. You love other humans. You love other people. You want to do what's best for them, and because you have a lot of cups energy, you have a lot of that kind of thing going for you. So I feel like you're kind of young at heart with like the Ace of Wands and so forth, and I think that's might be where the children come in. But I also feel like you want to help out your community, especially financially and emotionally. So maybe going into psychology, or if not social work, from the angles we talked about, maybe psychology, helping them deal with their mind, and something like that, because we also had the Seven of Cups as well, which talked about illusionary things. So maybe helping them out with issues of things, in their mind and what they've thought about that way. The Eight of Wands energy is also making me think of that just a little bit as well. Usually the Eight of Wands deals with swiftness, quick moving ideas, putting your wishes and other things out into the universe. But in this case, I'm also getting the feeling of trying to outrun your fears, trying to outrun certain things. You notice how she's going as fast as she can on her motorcycle, and the wands are shooting ahead of her. And so that's where psychology and dealing with those types of energy, especially if you had swords or cards, which you don't have any, but I would definitely thought of that for sure. Um, One of the other energies, mostly so far, it's social work and psychology related. Those things are coming through very, very strongly, and so forth. But you do have a couple of wands energies. You have three of them here. You have the 1, the 8, and the 6. And wands energies often deal with very fiery type of things. Okay, it's the fire symbol of the tarot deck. It deals with, of course, that might be another thing. I just thought of it. It just came to my mind. Leos are a fire sign in astrology, and they deal very much well with children. They're the symbol of the house that deals with children. They're very family oriented and so forth. So once again, we're back to children and so forth. So maybe that is where the fire energy is coming from. But the other thing is, it needs to be something that you truly care about. Like, I always want to say what you're passionate about. Like, what stirs passions in you? What makes you fired up? What makes you excited to go to work? It needs to be something, sometimes social work or psychology or these other things can really drag you down sometimes because you're dealing with problems and you're dealing with other things. And it depends on how you look at it. If you feel like you're helping and you're improving things some, that can make you feel, really good and really fired up. Or because you do care about your community so much, and because you do care about your community so much, because you do care about your fellow man, the people you live with, the people you work with, you have that connection with people. You do have this really strong emotions about them. You might get very fired up and passionate about some of the injustices that we might have in our society, or some things that are going on, and you might want to make change. You might want to change things up. You may not like the financial inequality that some people suffer. You may want to find ways to fix that or work with that. So there might be some creative ways that you might go into some of these careers. Instead of just a traditional social work or psychology, you might put out some ideas out there through writing a book or other things. I'm not sure why that came to me, but it did, so we're going to say it. you have some ideas on how to fix some of these things. So maybe you'll write about it, and maybe people will pick up the torch and spread it. Or maybe you will go on speaking tours and say, hey, we need to fix these things, and here's how we do it. Uh, that kind of thing. That could be something you're quite passionate about. There's probably something in your life that you're very annoyed with or very upset. It could be homelessness, it could be financial inequality, it could be that families get broken up or have trouble staying together. It could be injustices to children or how food insecure they are, or oh my gosh, there's so many things. Okay, those are just some ideas. But there may be something out there that really fires you up, that just really is something that you're just like, I can't stand this. I don't like this. I want to change this. I want to fix it. I want to do something about it. I want to help. Okay? If that resonates with you, if you know that there's something out there that you just can't not stand and you just don't like and you really think it needs changed, you don't like how children are educated in this country, or you don't like the way they're taught, or you don't like, like I said, there's so many things. I can't even I'm just naming off ones that pop into my head, but there are so many. If there's something like that, then working in a career that can help you change or fix or make that better is definitely where you want to go. Okay? That's just the advice I got to thinking. And like I said, I really feel like it probably has something to do with helping your community or your fellow man out with some social problems or other things, possibly psychological problems, but problems that they're having, whatever those problems might be. I feel like you have a strong sense to help out your community and come forth and show them a better way to live and a better way to do things. That's really where your thoughts and passions lie. So any type of career that would help you do that, no matter what career it is, I think you would enjoy. Since there are the fire energies here, I actually thought of fireman or fire person. That's helping out people as well, and it does deal directly with fire, so that's just something that kind of came to my mind. That might not resonate with any of you, but that was something that came through there as well. So those are the kinds of things that we're looking at. We're going to look at our charms too. We're going to see what else might be out there, or some other careers or other things that might pop into my head, or might intuitively guide here for us. Okay, so we're going to do that too. All right. And then we'll also be doing our oracle spheres as well. All right, so let's take a look at our charms, find out what careers we'd be good at, what types of things would help fulfill you and that you would enjoy the most. Okay, we do have the money bag symbol. That's interesting because we had the Four of Pentacles. So maybe dealing with helping out people with their finances might be something that might be enjoyable to you. I do think helping people, maybe going into a career that would help them take what wealth they have and make it better wealth for them, because there is a lot of wealth inequality. Because I really feel like you're not really one that would want to go out and help the rich get richer or anything like that. I feel like it's more like helping to fulfill people's dreams, helping them to reach their goals, helping them to do better is where you'd want to go. It's interesting. It says light the way. We talked about that. I do think you would want to do a career that would help light the way, help humanity know which way to go, how to do better. Helping the world. We do have the globe here. So I do think helping the world be a better place. Maybe going into the Peace Corps or other types of careers that work with improving impoverished nations or countries, or helping teach the children in those countries so that they can improve and get better. It's interesting. We have the little children feet here, the little baby footprints. So once again, helping children, dealing with children, because we do have the Alice in Wonderland symbol, which also deals with children. We also have the magic wand here, or the fairy godmother type of wand. So I think working with impoverished children or children that need help in some way, shape, or form, and help guiding them towards a better world would be something that you would appreciate. And helping them transform. We've got the butterfly energy Um, and it takes a big heart to teach little minds came through as well. So it's a very strong energy dealing with children here. I hope it resonates with you guys. Obviously, if it doesn't, this wouldn't be the right pile for you. But because that is just coming through just way too strongly, not to have been something there for you guys. We also have a horse here. I'm thinking of thoroughbreds and so forth. So for some of you, training horses or working with horses might be something you would do. I don't know how that has anything to do with anything else that we're talking about here, but it popped into my head, so I figured I'd better say it. Also, I'm trying to think. We were talking about the finance thing earlier too, and I kind of got off of that by accident, but I do feel like helping people work with their finances, improve their finances, get a larger amount of finances and so forth would be something that you would want to do as well. I'm not sure how the horse energy involves itself with that because all I thought about was thoroughbred racing. I don't know how that fits in, so maybe that's only a message for one or two of you out there. Or maybe it wasn't supposed to be picked as a charm. I don't know, but that's all that came through for me on that. So I guess take that or leave it however you guys need to do. We do have some letters here. We have a G, an H, an O, and an F. So G, O, H, F. Those could spell out words to you. If you think about, first letters of words or other things like that, or you might think of words when you see those letters. It could be initials. I actually thought it could be an initial of some sort of helping organization. I don't know of one off the top of my head, but that just kind of came to mind there as well. Think of the word helping, friend. Go is go. All kinds of things like that. So just whatever works out good for you guys on that. But I don't know. Like I said, the biggest careers have something to do with helping improve your community and so forth. And working with children could be something very much. Daycare teacher might be something for you to be thinking about doing. Helping influence the young in some way might be something that really resonates with you. And also, you have the opportunity with working with younger children or with youngsters of leading them towards a better world by showing them the way to improve things. Because it is our children that will help make things better in the future, more so than those of us that have already kind of gone through things. And we can make changes and we can do things, but it's really the children's attitude and how they think about this world and what they do that can make a big difference. And so that might be one way that you'll make a difference with them. Okay, so that's just something came through there on that. Let's go ahead and look at our oracle spheres. And you think of a yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to. You pick a stand. We have bronze, we have purple, we have blue, and silver. You decide which one you'd like to get your answer on, and then we'll go out and we'll get your answers. The number 1, bronze, is a yes. Number 2, purple, is a not likely. Number 3, blue, is a not sure. And number 4, silver, is a not now. So we have a yes, a not likely, a not sure, and a not now. Thank you so much for being here for the reading. I hope there were some messages that were useful to you. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the channel with your friends and family, and take a look at our other videos. We did do some other career videos in the past, and there will be links to those in the description, as well as we have a lot of other timeless tarot on lots of topics that might be of interest to you. We do put these type of videos out every week, and we do our daily messages from Spirit as well. So we look forward to seeing you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading on what career or career ideas would be really good for you to do. This is based on your personality, your special skills and talents, and other things like that. I will be intuitively kind of pulling some of those things through. It is likely that you could be good at many, many different types of careers. These are just ones that are going to come through in this reading. Also, if I mention a career and there are other careers that are similar or that require some of the same types of skills, then those might be good ones for you to look into as well, even if I don't say them specifically. Okay, you guys are the ones that chose the Hematite stone. We're going to move that over here. And we got your tarot cards we're going to look at. We're also going to look at the Doreen Virtue career oracle deck here and just get some other insight. We also have our charms we're going to be looking at to help give us some more information about this, and our oracle spheres where you can be thinking of your yes or no question that you can get an answer to. So we're going to be doing all those things. So we're going to take a look here and see what types of careers that might be good. Several careers may come through. Some of us can be good at many different types of things, and so there may be different ones that might come through that you could be good at. You may not resonate with all of them, or some of them, even though you might be good at, you still may not want to do. I know what that's like. So we'll just go through here and we'll just see what comes up. And there could possibly be some advice that come through. I didn't think about that, but a little bit did kind of come through in the first two readings, so that is possible as well. All right, so let's see what we've got. We've got the Sorrow card, or the Three of Hearts. We got the Unstable effect, or the Seven of Swords. And if I said hearts, I meant swords on that one. The King of Cups. The Hierophant. The Strength. The Hermit. Wow, okay. The Star card. The Magician. Wow. And the Devil. Okay. Interesting. I got one or two ideas of a couple things that come to mind. We'll see what, we'll pick out one or two cards from the deck here too and see what else it might say here that might flow with it or go with it as well. All right. Oh, good career energies here. Things you might be good at. Artist. Engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career in every other area of your life. Okay. That goes a little bit along with something I'm thinking of, but no, not as much. So, and then we got builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. That's interesting. It kind of goes along with the artist. And I'm actually going to pick out a third card for you guys. Wow. Okay. What's this card right here? Writing. You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with the words you write. Wow, those three all go well together. That's interesting. But that wasn't the energies I was getting specifically in your other cards. So, wow, we'll look at that separately then. Okay. The energies I was getting at first, and things that I think either, because they kind of go along together a little bit, all of these things I'm getting ready to say kind of all mesh in some way, even though they're different careers. One is being a spiritual teacher, healer, or counselor in some type, way, shape, or form. This could be like a traditional priest, preacher, clergyman, something like that. Or, youth pastor, one of those types of things. Or it could be the more non-traditional, dealing with spirituality, things like tarot reading, astrology, Reiki healing possibly, other types of more spiritual type of healing, and so forth. Because I feel like you have a lot of spiritual energy going on. You have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of... The energies I'm getting are things like shaman, type of healing, but also dealing with religion and spirituality in some way. So I do think being a religious counselor, or if you have a religion that you belong to, being one of the people that helps counsel or do something in that type of capacity, either as a preacher or as a youth counselor or other types. I don't know what all the different counselors that different religions have, but any of those types of things I think would be something that you would definitely be very good at, and it would possibly be something that you would really appreciate. But also, besides traditional religious types of things that we're talking about, I do think counseling people in any way, shape, or form. This could be psychologist, a sociologist, a psychiatrist, or other type of counselor that sits and listens to people or helps guide them through some of their sorrows and things that they're thinking about, is also another career that could be something that could be good for you. Okay? That didn't necessarily go along with these, but it also doesn't contradict them either. And I'll tell you why. Because we have artist, builder, and writing. If you create something, either painting, a book, a sculpture, because that's basically kind of represented by all three of these things, sculptures, painting, writing, all of those types of creative pursuits. Those things could also help heal people and counsel people and help guide them as well, because a lot of times art can do that for us. So they don't necessarily contradict each other. They carry some of the same type of energies with them. They're just totally different careers. So I guess with that, you could just go along with what resonates with you the most. One of the things you could really move people with your writing or painting or sculpting or any combination thereof, or any other artistic pursuit you can think of. You could really move people with that, and you can really help heal them. You could really help counsel them, because all of those things are very powerful tools to help heal people. And you guys have this innate, you've gone through some stuff in your life on your own or in past lives or both, that have helped you have an innate knowledge that would help people, both spiritually and psychologically. You have those abilities. You've been able to learn and work from them. You've been able to counsel people. You have your intuition to help guide you. You have your connection with spirit, and other things. You already have a lot of this ability already innately in your thing. You already have it. You already have the knowledge. It's there. You've learned it. It's just passing it on to others, and however you choose to do that. But that energy of counseling or healing. Any of the healing arts would be good. I think mostly of guidance, or those kinds of energies, or helping direct people in their lives in some way, or help career guidance or counseling might be something that you would be good at. Helping people through problems and sorrows, helping them know the next step to take. All of those things really resonate. So like I said, I think almost all three piles dealt with this a little bit, but in that you could be quite good at some of the non-traditional healing arts, or counseling type of arts, like astrology, tarot reading, rune reading, numerology, any other type of thing like that helps counsel people. So all of those types of careers that deal with those kinds of things, that deal with your religion, your spirituality, and healing, and helping guidance, and those things, all of those things work well together. And you could choose to do that through artistic means, or being artistic when you go about doing it. we're going to go ahead and look at your charms and get an idea of anything else that might go along with this, okay? All right, so let's see here. We've got our oracle spheres we're going to be doing as well. And let's take a look at some career choices and advice and some other things like that. Ooh. All right, we had a 2 and a 3, or a 5 if you wanted to add the 2 together. That's interesting. That goes right along with the reading. That's just amazing. The 2 are the peacemakers. The 2s are the ones that come together. The 2s are, the ones who bring things. That goes right along with your counseling. That goes right along, with helping people with their spirituality and so forth. The 3s are the creative people. They're the ones who put out creative ideas and so forth. So maybe you are to find creative ways to do this type of counseling or other things, because that's just, the way it goes. The 2 going together, just your reading is just going that way no matter what we look at here. So there you go. We do have the see the world, and we do have a ship. That's interesting, because to me that shows that we also have a monkey too, and I also think of other countries and so forth when the monkey comes along. We also have the purple llama. Llamas are not from this country generally, and purple ones just mean uniqueness. So traveling could be something very good for you. Maybe a traveling minister or a what do they call missionary of some sort. Maybe not for a specific church, but just do missionary work throughout the world could be something useful to you, or something that you would enjoy. Or you can find creative outlets that way. Maybe you can write journals about what you see in here, and be creative and help people see what's going on in the rest of the world, and also help heal some of those things, or help counsel people, especially spiritually. I don't know why that keeps coming through, but that does. Okay, so that's something for you to think of as well. We have the dove messenger here. That goes along with spirituality as well, or helping. Usually when I see the dove messenger, I think of messages from past on loved ones and angels and so forth. I think of the spiritual realm, those kinds of things. So being the messenger of spiritual ideas and helping people out that way, I really feel is something that is almost a life path or mission for you. So that spirituality really, really, really plays into this. But the creativity part of it, or writing or sending messages out about it, could be really important for you. So I guess maybe you can be thinking of some creative ways that you could do this, because that sounds really wonderful and really cool. Some creative ways you can get some of these ideas out there, and you can do some of these things, because being a spiritual counselor in some way, shape, or form, I do feel like is kind of part of your destiny. But finding a creative way to get out those counseling sessions or ideas, or healing thoughts and things would help you. So there you go. Okay, what is for you will not pass you by. So just goes to show that you don't have to live impoverishedly or other ways to make this work, especially if you do find a creative outlet for this, because that can be quite lucrative or help you make some money. We did have the luxury liner over here, so you could have the opportunity of traveling the world based on this. We do have the 6 of Wands, which does show that you could get some accolades or notice, or have your community pay attention to what you come back to them. This says choose happy. That's just a nice little message to go with what does make you happy. Go with, that's just a quick advice for anybody, no matter what you do in your career, it should be something that you should be happy with. It's not a good idea to do anything career-wise that you're not happy. So definitely choose something that you're happy with or that will make you happy doing. Because if you are doing a career that you're not happy with, you're already not following your life's purpose or your life's path or you're the best career for you. So that's just kind of a quick little message there. We have the turtle and the bee. Turtles, a lot of times people think of slowness or steadiness. I do think of being steady. I do think of wisdom. Turtles can live to be quite old, so I think of older wisdom. You guys definitely have that. We talked about that earlier. You guys definitely have that extra wisdom involved in being able to help others and so forth. The bee could be an initial. It could bring out a word in your mind or so forth. So I usually let you guys work with the letters that way. All right, let's go on to our oracle spheres. Let's see what kind of answers we can get for you. All right, you think of a yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to, and then you pick a stand. We have silver, blue, purple, and bronze. You pick which stand you'd like to get your answer on, and we'll go out and we'll get your answers. Number 1, silver's a maybe. Number 2, blue is a not sure. Number 3, purple is also a not sure. And a number 4, bronze is also a not sure. Wow, okay. So we have a maybe and then 3 not sures. The not sures could either mean the question wasn't very clear or some things have to play out first before an answer can be known because it might affect the outcome, how things, like what you choose specifically or what happens specifically on a certain thing. Could change the outcome, so that's why it might be not sure. So those are your oracle spheres. Thank you so much for being here for the reading. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the channel with your friends and family, and do check out our other videos. We did do some other career videos in the past, and we will put the links to those in the description. We've also done a lot of other timeless tarot on lots of topics that might be of interest to you, so do check out those as well. We do these kind of videos every week, and we do other videos at least, we do our daily messages from Spirit. Okay, so we look forward to seeing you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.